All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
21.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And some space here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. On 1st down, Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gehring. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Dobbs now on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Dobbs is throwing. And the Niners get there and bring him down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright. And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed. And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. Right. So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally 21. And open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
21. 6. White. 1, Omaha. Hey, gun.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway. He called you laddie? He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Got an open man, it's a noon one. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen. No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Anunwa's got it, complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, come on, come on, come on.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And some room to roam now. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers add on to their lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Gold now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Bell, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Dobbs. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. To throw is Dobbs. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Here's Dobbs to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Dobbs goes underneath for Bell. He got 29 yards that time.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing here, Dobbs. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll go on the ground. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell. They get it to him running left. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Eric Armstead coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10.
Hurry up! 65.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Gold with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They still, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Eric Armstead in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Flex round!
Dobbs. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Escapes the defender, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
11. 6.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo being chased out left. Open space inside the 10. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
They'll run it with Kamara, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Gold now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use.
Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Martavis Bryant with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the 49ers continue to roll. Gold to add the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On second down, it's Bell. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! White, 90!
Dobbs looking to throw on first down. And that's complete to Jesse James. And getting this just shy of midfield, they spotted at the 49. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
On first and 10, Dobbs. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Ohio! Ohio! Everyone's got 4 down. Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! 6-man.
Now Dobbs. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Dobbs to throw. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 46. And that is no good. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clean.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
And the Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
Back to throw Dobbs. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out. Now Dobbs. This is Bell on the dump off. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll look to throw here. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Back to throw here. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Dobbs now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Jack 16.
A first throw now for the backup Roethlisberger. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Hey, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag?
I was
just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Patriot! Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Back now in Pittsburgh, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an out.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Ohio!
On play action, it's Dobbs. And he will find his man on the outside. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Dobbs is throwing. He's going to fire one deep over them. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play on 3rd there for the Steelers. And even 50 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Dobbs to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Bell. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And some room to maneuver. He's got daylight. 30, 10. It's a big play there from a big play guy, Jerick McKinnon, 75 yards. So close, couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. They'll go to Pirine, trying to pound it in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Gold now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Dobbs now on second down. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
To throw is Dobbs, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 38. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Toss play. Here's Pirine. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll run again with Pirine. Oh, the spin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. Again, here's Pirine. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep or protest out of them. That's just who they are.
And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire